Hey everybody, it's me, Brooks, and me and Delaney, we are Go Figure Reviews. Is he here though, is the question. So anyway, we're covering, this is one that I was looking forward to, but we never got around to. It was from the retro card wave. It was the Dark Phoenix, and today let's have a look at her. As you can see, she comes in the nice retro card box with a cool art with she's got a flaming hand. It says Phoenix Saga, like what you'd expect. And on the back, you can see we have like the wave, which is Wolverine in the yellow and blue costume, her, Multiple Man, the classic green and gold version, Longshot, Avalanche, and Spiral, my favorite one of this wave. But over here we have a little information on the character. Dark Phoenix. Overwhelmed by the power of the cosmic Phoenix entity, Jean Grey gives in to the being's destructive tendencies. So yeah, what you'd pretty much expect. Like a nice, I like these retro cards a lot. And there's a barcode there for all of you barcode lovers out there. Certainly not me. I would never. And overall, like, I really have liked this figure so far. I think she looks really nice. And here in a minute, we'll see what she looks like outside of the package. And so here we have the figure outside of the box, and I think she looks pretty good myself. She has a pretty nice face. She has the whited out eyes, so that you can tell she's evil. That she has this kind of windswept hair as well. There we go. There, you can see a little bit better. Yeah, she has kind of a windswept looking hair. Arm-wise, pretty much what you expect. You got the good shoulder pivot there, double jointed elbows. She comes with fist hands, but she has alternates as well. We'll look at that in a second. And you know, she has that, giving you a little action there. The sash is pretty nice. I like the way the sash looks on her. And you know, the legs are about what you expect. Not quite Jean-Claude standards, but not too far off. Got a nice pivot there, double jointed knees, of course. Nice ankle pivot as well. No toe joint though, but I'll let it slide just this once. So yeah, she's pretty good. And she comes with a few things. She comes with a couple of open hands, so you can have her doing her like her thing, her telekinetic thing. So that's nice. And she comes with this cute little phoenix. Little translucent almost phoenix that can latch onto her arm like an energy form. So yeah, I like this figure pretty well. And you know, I do have like I like the character as well. Like, I remember back in the old days when I was just a lad and the X-Men 90s cartoon would come on and the Dark Phoenix Saga started at first, and it was like, oh, it was so huge, even though it was going on at the same time as like this Power Rangers thing. It was like the White Ranger Saga or the Green Ranger Saga, I can't remember. But yeah, this is like, it's just really cool to have this, this new figure in this new form. And observe as I use my magic powers to put the figure back on the card perfectly, almost as if it had never been removed at all. And here we have it next to a classic, one of the old school legends, Series 6. Wow. Figure. This is the kind of an alternate. I had the green version of this character. But yeah, they both look pretty good. I think the new one looks a little better, but the classic one does have its charms, and that Phoenix stand definitely does add a little something to it. And here we have her with a couple of alternate versions of the figure. This is an older Toy Biz figure, I believe. I never had this one. This was courtesy of a friend of the show, of course. And she looks pretty good, actually. Not too bad. And she has decent she has decent arms, it looks like. But she has these stupid things on her legs that are like cloth things, like some of the time. And over here, this one, like, oh, I've never seen this. I do kind of vaguely remember this one, but this is one I never had myself. But she came in a 2-pack as well with Scott. And they both came with Scott. But she looks pretty damn good too. Like, she does have, I like the shiny arms, boots, and gloves, and she has that really dark red, which is nice. And the nice shiny gold phoenix and the shiny sash. And the head looks really nice too. So I don't know. I kind of like, I do like this new one with the bright colors. But I like this kind of darker version as well. And she is supposed to be, after all, dark. And here we have her next to the 3-pack Jean Grey. One of my personal favorites. The golden, or orange and blue Jean. And over here we have the Hellfire Club box set Jean as the Black Queen. But she comes with that interchangeable head. You can switch her out for Celine if you so desire, which I kind of do, but the Jean head looks really nice as well. And this kind of like, you know, her descent into the Dark Phoenix. You know, she was the Black Queen first because of Mastermind and all. And you know, this is the Jean Grey, the orange and blue Jean Grey that I remember from back in the day. It's the one that was in the 90s cartoon, of course, and the one who was in the comics when I was a kid. So I've always been pretty partial to this costume, regardless of how kind of ridiculous it is with the shoulder pads and being like a giant orange onesie with a giant belt and like arm guards for when she blocks all those projectiles, I guess. But I think they all look pretty nice together, and I think it's a good set of jeans. And here we have her with a couple of the Marvel Selects. We have this is the Jean Grey from the Grant Morrison New X-Men run, where he killed the character at the end, of course. It was the longest streak, I believe, that Jean Grey has stayed dead in the history of X-Men. So it was great. I really liked it. I'm kidding, of course, I hated it. But, you know, it was a good run. Like, Grant Morrison wrote a good story. And these figures are pretty cool as well. They are selects, you know, so they're a little off scale, but they look really nice. And the stand, the Phoenix stand, looks extra nice. So, here we have her with an assortment of other assorted jeans. We have the Goblin Queen over here. This is the first one I remember is the Toy Biz Jean Grey that I had. She was basically a variant of the Age of Apocalypse version of the character. Back here we have the green version of the figure we just showed off in the box, the Dark Phoenix. This is the regular green Phoenix. This one's the one that came with the, I believe it's the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure set, and she's alright, but you know. I think this one over here is a different one with a better head sculpt, I think. Which I don't think this head is terrible, but it's not as good as it could be. And this here is an early Toy Biz one as well. I can't remember where I got this. This is the Tiny Jean, which is, I didn't really collect these, but I did collect a few of them. And Jean was one of the ones I got. I kind of like these figures. They are very cool. Like they got a lot of articulation for figures of that era, and they're good. Like you can fit them in your G.I. Joe tanks and shit. I'll just lay her down. Yeah, these two won't stand. Heels. I hate heels. But I also have, back here, we have the House of X Powers of 10 Jean Grey as Marvel Girl. Not a big fan of that costume, to be honest. But it is pretty cool just to have it, you know, at least. And, of course, last but not least, we have the Legends Age of Apocalypse Jean. She's looking pretty nice as well. So a pretty nice gallery of jeans. Jean! We have, of course, the Starjammers with Corsair over here, and the Build-A-Figure set created this Chod figure with this white guy whose name I cannot remember. But and also we have a Landro over here, which was actually a Frankenstein together figure using a Silver Sable body and a alternate head with a cape from yet another figure. I can't remember which one at the moment, but it'll come to me later. It'll just drive me crazy. And we have Gladiator, of course. He's the head of the Imperial Guard. He's basically the Empress's servant boy. He just does whatever he's done. But he did become like the ruler after a while. But, you know, whenever a real Empress comes back, he always steps down. And we have Fang over here, who was in a few issues early on and was killed early on in the saga by Wolverine, who then stole his outfit and wore it for a while, warranting a figure. So yeah, I think this is a pretty nice little cosmic spread here. And they all look, this is a good set. I'm like, I think we need a few more Starjammers, maybe a few more Imperial Guard guys, but it's a good start. And here we have her with two other powerful psychic foes of the X-Men. We have a Shadow King over here, who's another kind of Frankenstein or kit-bashed figure made from a Kingpin body. You can tell he's got the staff, he's got the fancy ruby ring, but it fits with old Farouk as well. And that's a nice head. I think he came with the Professor X figure, if I'm not mistaken. But, and then we also have this Onslaught. This is an Onslaught I do not have, but he looks pretty cool. Like he's kind of first form Onslaught before he turned into like this weird, gross monstrosity. But Onslaught was a character from, he was like, I remember back in the mid to late 90s was when he first showed up. But he was a big deal, and it turned out it was like a whole wrap-up to a storyline about there being a traitor in the X-Men. It turned out it was Charles Xavier when he erased Magneto's mind, and their like personas merged together to form Onslaught. It was a good story, but so you know, you might want to check that out. But I don't know, like as far as measuring up these three classic X-Men villains, who would win in a fight? I would say either Dark Phoenix or Onslaught. I think Shadow King's like just not quite up to par, but who would win between Dark Phoenix and Onslaught? Who can really say? I'm sure Onslaught would say, like, of course I would win, but I don't know. This one, and overall, I really like this figure. I like these retro card figures, but I think she falls a little short in the extras department. I would have liked a nice alternate head with a little different hair possibly, but I like the head that she comes with. The windswept look is very nice. So I give figure points in this case at Go Figure Reviews. And for this one, I would give her a 4.5. She's good, but I think they could have given her just a little bit more to make her pop, I guess you could say. But that said, I would, like, if you don't have a Dark Phoenix figure, if you don't have the one from the Cyclops 2-pack, I think this is a good one to get. Like, and of course, like, you know, I'm gonna get her. I'm a Jean Grey fan, and that's all there is really to say. It's a nice figure, and we are, of course, here at Go Figure Reviews, building up something of a following. So if you wish to like or subscribe or whatever you would prefer to do, that would be much appreciated. And check out this figure if you see it, if you're so inclined. And what's that catchphrase? I'm trying to remember it. Oh yeah, get out there and go figure.
more time for the people in the back. One more time for the people in the back. That's right.